So here I am in the Microsoft Azure portal. If I go to the migration project that I created, you can see some virtual machines already discovered and etc. So all the details will be shown up in here. So if I click on the machines, then it will give me more information around the machines. So it will show you servers that it discovered, and it will tell you that if OMS agent that's required for the dependency mapping is that installed or not. If it's installed, it will give you the ability to see the dependencies in that server. So those are the virtual machines is discovered. Then what you can do is you can group them together and create an assessment. For instance, I can go create assessment, and then I can select these two VMs are the ones that I want to migrate, and its application name is Cloud Shop application, and then we go create assessment. It will create the assessment, and it will collect the necessary data, and then it will give me the assessment details. So if I go to the assessments, it will tell me like the one that I created just now. I actually has to specify some information around it. So like I can edit the properties. So I need to specify information like what's the target Azure location. So in this case, I'm going to give Australia East as the target location, and what sort of storage are you going to be looking at. Like I can say local redundant because I'm going to be going with premium storage. And again, what sort of performance. So you have two criteria that you can say I want to size my virtual machine based on the current performance rather than the exact size, because I want to gain cost, or I want to use the cost optimized way in terms of sizing. And then I'm going to say I want to look at the history of 1 day. So for instance, if you have a SQL server that's running like weekly batch jobs and stuff, then you need to look at the performance for a week. Otherwise, I will be happy with 1 day. And what's my percentiles utilization that I'm going to be looking at? I'm going to be looking at the 95th percentile of the CPU utilization as my benchmark. And then I'm going to be looking at standard tier, of course, and I want the comfort factor is like a buffer period, like the buffer factor that you can define on terms of peak stuff. So I'm going to give 1.2 as the buffer factor, and my pricing will be I'm going to be under let's say an Azure Pass with 130p, and my currency is Australian dollars, and I have a discount of maybe let's say 8%, and I'm using hybrid benefit, and I can save those details. And what that does is it feeds that information into the assessment, and when we come back to the assessment, it will refresh all that information. It gives me my currency with AUD and my storage cost based on the pricing for Azure Australia East. And also it calculates the hub benefit, and also any discount that you get, they apply all that discount, and it gives you a cost estimate plus your virtual machine readiness as well, like what sort of sizing recommended. It's an A0 recommended because it's only a test server, I'm not running anything. And suggested tool for migration as well. So in this case, it recommends site recovery for the virtual machine migration, for the web server, and the SQL server. They recommend using Azure database migration service, which of course they recommend going to a SQL PaaS service, or Azure SQL PaaS, migrating the database into the Azure SQL PaaS. So like that, it gives you a really good report with recommendations and etc. And then of course you can group those together. So I have this group here, cloud application, with 2 servers in it, and it gives you all the information. Let's go back to my assessment. So I showed you all the assessments, and then again what you can do more is that you can list all the virtual machines that it discovered, and etc. So that's basically what Azure Migrate does for you in a nutshell. So it lets you create groups, and then it lets you migrate the VMs in a less impactful manner for the application and for your business. What you really need to understand is that it doesn't migrate virtual machines, so you still need to use like a site recovery or some third-party tool, or Azure database migrate, SQL database migrate, some sort of a tool that lets you migrate the components of it. All what this does is the assessment, discovery, and also dependency monitoring, so that you can plan and do your migration in a least impactful manner for the business. Thanks for watching this video series, and I hope you gained something out of this and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.